Boys, girls, kids of all ages, welcome back to Carp's Gym. Today we're going to be unboxing and building a Synergy dumbbell rack. Hold on. Oh, snack cake. We'll save that for later. We're going to be unboxing and assembling this Synergy dumbbell rack that's right below my feet in these 6 boxes. If that sounds interesting to you, stick with me because we're going to check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be taking a look at this Synergy dumbbell rack, assembling and getting it all together. I'm trying the new mic today with the windscreen because I've got dogs barking in the background, birds chirping, kids out here yelling. One of my neighbors is doing construction, so hopefully the sound is pretty good, but I'm in a garage gym, so we'll see what we got.
You're driving along, and all of a sudden the kids are yelling from the back seat, "I gotta go to the bathroom, Daddy!" "Not now, damn it!" Truck tire.
I'll start unboxing these, getting them all together, and I'll try to let you guys know if there's something that comes up, something that's weird or something I have issues with. I'll try to stop along the way. If you guys remember, they sent me one of these a few weeks ago, the tower style design. So if you haven't seen that video, please go check that video out. We got a lot of positive feedback on that video. A lot of guys watched it, a lot of guys commented, and even reached out to that company saying they appreciated my video because they haven't seen any other videos. So thank you for that. Please comment down below. What do you like about it? How do you store your dumbbells? We want to know, and then maybe we can help them improve in the future. But if you saw that video, my dumbbells did not fit on their rack. So they've made some adjustments. They knew about those. They knew they're like the reps and the Vulcan, some of those don't fit on these type of dumbbell racks. So this is a horizontal rack, and they think they may have fixed some of those issues. If you guys end up getting one of these racks and you have smaller dumbbells, they may fit on more size dumbbell racks because they have some more things coming down the road. So hopefully we'll get to see those. Stick tuned, and maybe I can give you guys some samples or early editions of some of those. So let's get this thing together. I will say, it looks like all these packages, there's 6 packages and they're labeled 1 through 6, except for this one. I'm guessing that one fell out somewhere along the way because all these other ones have Synergy labels on them and their logo, where this one does not. 4 or 5 boxes taped up to make another box. All these other ones have the reinforced tape, packing tape around the sides, and that one doesn't. So I'm guessing somewhere along the way that fell out. So when I get to that one, I'll see if it has any damage or anything weird. But all these other ones are still inside the box in the original packaging. I think that one is probably not the original packaging because it doesn't look like any of the other boxes. Opening the box, everything seems to be packaged very well. Everything's reinforced, has tape or foam rubber, this rubber foam around it. So nothing's rubbing on each other. Every one of these pieces, even the packing cardboard, so it can't rub against the cardboard. All this stuff is packed really well inside the first box. Here's this box. It has all the hardware in it. See, it's bubble wrapped. They've got a Synergy 1-inch wrench in there, which is awesome. There's all your hardware. Your hardware is bubble wrapped as well. And then what is this? These are all the 1-inch bolts that are also bubble wrapped. I've seen things from Rogue and other companies come and they're just bolts tossed in a box. These are all wrapped up individually in bubble wrap in the box, which is really nice. Something I don't see from a lot of expensive stuff out there. Box doesn't look like it's part of that because it's not as put together as the others. It could be, maybe they just ran out of boxes, but I don't think this is the box that it's supposed to come in because this just looks like something totally different. Now this inner part looks like it was probably packed by them, but it could have fell out during shipping, and that's how we got to this. I won't know until I talk to the owner and see if that's normal. I just don't think it is. These are the hooks that hold the extra dumbbells on the sides, the vertical storage. Okay, so I've got it all unboxed and laid out here. As you can see, everything is still wrapped in plastic. Has foam, cardboard on the rub points on every single piece. So I still have some more unwrapping to do, but they're unboxed and unwrapped. There was other bubble wrap and things in the boxes, but each individual piece looks like it's continued to be wrapped and shrink wrapped. So that's just something to be aware of. They've took really good care of this, trying to ship it. No surprise, the uprights look awesome. They even got the caps on the top, Synergy logo, 1-inch holes, 2-inch on center, offset all the way around with an awesome powder coat. That powder coat goes all the way through the inside of the upright, so there's no bare spots or rust or anything in there. This thing has been coated on the inside as well, which is awesome. That's attention to detail, folks. It's actually going to hold the dumbbells. They have more of a textured powder coat, but it looks to be well applied. That's what they look like. It's angle iron. Now it looks like it has scuffs and things on it, but that's just like from skin rubbing on it or that foam, that stuff with the cloth. I got this Barbara Rescue cloth. That stuff just wipes off. So if it looks like it came damaged, it did not. I guess I got really dry skin. Maybe I should get some lotion. But nonetheless, you guys get it. These are the dumbbell shelves brackets that those angle iron pieces go to. And I'm pretty sure you can adjust the angle. We'll dig into it more, but I'm pretty sure that's what these extra holes are. And some are for assembly, but the other ones are you can adjust the angle of the shelving, which is a nice option to have. And they're also that textured powder coat finish. Okay, just unwrapped the vertical storage. And a callback to the other video, if you guys remember, I had the other vertical storage post and my dumbbells would not fit on there. So what they have done is they made me a custom piece that will fit my dumbbells. Now on there, we were able to get the 5s just to sit up on top of the cradle, just barely. But when you got to the 10s, 15s, 20s, they would not even go on there. So here I grabbed a 15 just to show you guys before we start putting it together that my 15-pound rep dumbbells fit on there no problem. I've already tried a 55 off camera just to make sure that the bigger ones will fit as well. So yes, so they should be able to make you custom racks down the road. If they have not already updated this, they may have specific side pieces that you have if you have smaller size dumbbells. So mine fit on there no problem now, which is awesome. Shout out to Synergy for doing that. That same piece that I believe fell out of the box and was repackaged, I'm still unwrapping it now. Still got the foam on it, but you'll see the bracket here is bent. So that bracket is bent. I'm pretty sure I can fix it or bend it back, but I definitely believe now that that has fallen out. So I think I could probably bend it back with a rubber mallet or a screwdriver and a piece of stall mat or something. So I'll let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure I can fix that. But just another indication that this probably fell out in shipping, which is probably not their fault. And I would blame that one on UPS. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, I've got it all unpacked and unboxed. Here's all the trash over here. Give you guys a quick once over of what we got packaged here. There's all your bolts, the black zinc bolts with the 2 Synergy wrenches, which are really nice. Then you have your shelving. It's the 2-piece bracket with the angle iron and then the smaller brackets. So your bolts are going to screw those together to make shelves. And then here are your powder coat items, your 2 posts, your side storage, and then the 2 feet. So that's what we're looking at. Took me about 20 minutes to get all this unboxed and unpacked. Like I said, it's very well packed, all that wrapping and everything over there. So, well, let's get to putting this thing together. We'll show you what it looks like. Yeah. It comes with 2 sets of instructions. I guess one is just if you just get the dumbbell rack, and then the other one if you get the one with the side vertical storage. So it comes with both. I have like a 3-step process. So it's pretty much just putting the bolts where they go and then deciding what kind of angle you want. So let's get it going. Is bolted to the other one, these 2 feet. So I'm gonna have to unbolt that real quick. Just like in my other video, these posts, the nuts are welded in on the inside. You can see those there. So when you have a bolt and a washer, you just have to screw that in because the bolts are already in there. and they're already powder coated. For step one, you need that foot plate. You need your synergy post. It's just gonna slide right over that. You want the synergy S facing forward. Then you need your side plate. Screws directly in to that post. Your 2 longer black bolts with washers. They don't seem to have the washers in the instructions, so maybe it's something they added later, but there's nowhere else or no other bolts for those that go on. There's only 4 of those and 4 washers, so it has to go on here to put these on. Post-assembled, step 2 is where the Big Daddy bolts come in. These are the 1-inch bolts. If you've never seen those things are gigantic.
That's what she said.
That they use on Rogue Monster racks and stuff like that. 3x3 1-inch holes. So those things are beefy and just cool looking. And then, like I said, they include that wrench for you. So you do have a wrench if you don't already have one. Here's a 1-inch bolt, and here's one of the other regular bolts. So you see what I'm talking about. You versus the guy she told you not to worry about, right? You want to make sure that this outside plate is on the outside because you can't use this hole. So make sure they're facing with the plate on the outside and your Synergy S in the front. These are your brackets. They have 3 different holes. This center hole is what would make it level on your rack. But if you want it to tilt, you're going to need to use that top one, which I'm going to do because I'm doing dumbbells. So if you had kettlebells or something else and you wanted it to be flat, you would use like that center one. I'm going to use the top one, so it's going to be on a tilt a little higher. I'm still using that top hole, so it'll be on a slant. And then that other hole is available for my second bolt. So, like I said, they both have the washers and everything. You get your second 1-inch bolt in there. Gonna hand tighten those for now, because I don't know where, in case I have to adjust them or make sure my shelves in the right spot. But I do have the Synergy wrench, and then I also have a 1-inch. I believe this one is Craftsman. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's. And it goes on a 1/2-inch socket. And this is awesome for doing any kind of power rack stuff, anything with 1-inch bolts. These are great to secure it, and then you can use that socket, hold it in place and tighten them down. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of slightly tighten them. Repeat that process up the upright for your shelving. If I don't like the spacing, I can adjust it later, but we'll go off the instructions and do it that way to see if I do like that next hole. Would be for the other side. So they're opposite. If you had it on this side, it would be backwards. So it'd be confusing if you're not paying attention, because you want the S's on the front with the slant. And then you just put your washers on there, your lock nuts, screw them on just like you did on the other ones. But I thought it was worth calling out. That way you don't get all the way through it. I actually just got lucky and I did the first 2 correctly, and I was about to do the third one backwards. And then I realized, hey, these other ones that are coming up next aren't going to be facing the same way. In the instructions, it shows that, but all the brackets look the same when they're laying on the ground. So this is like a big erector set. So you could, expand this over time, make it a larger one, build it into a different type of storage section. You could make an L shape. You could put it in a corner. You could do all those things, which is awesome, which is why I love a rack that is adjustable or expandable over time. Now you're able to attach the shelves. The shelves are going to screw onto these holes, and we're going to do that, and then we'll get back with you. If anything pops up in between there, I'll let you know. Get it, this first one stabilized. It'll be a lot easier to line up. If I do it that way. Okay, the last time I stopped filming, I was doing the assembly process. I was assembling the angle iron, which connects the shelves together and makes the part that goes across and holds your dumbbells. On that process, I was trying to figure out the spacing. So what I'll tell you here is, what I did was, I'll try to get you a close-up too. I went with the middle spacing, because like I said before, my dumbbells, They're a little bit smaller, so I was playing with the spacing. I decided to ultimately go there. If you have these dumbbells or larger dumbbells, they should fit right there fine. But that's where I stopped on the assembly process. Now I've had it for a few weeks set up and assembled, and I just want to go over some things about what I like about it, what I would change if anything, and then some of the features of it that you may not know about. Now what I had here previously was 2 of the Rep Fitness 3-tier dumbbell racks, and that took up about 95 inches of space, and it was about 36 inches tall. So this one is a little bit shorter. If I put both vertical panels on, I'm about 89 inches out. So this one is about 6 inches shorter and a few inches, like 36 to, this is right about 50, 50 and a half. So about 15 inches or so, give or take, on height. And then also it gives you a spacing in between. So you could set up these shelves however you want. You could have them lower, higher, as long as you have enough space to get the dumbbells out. I have them here about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 4 to 5 holes in between, depending on how you like your spacing. So there is probably enough room in there to add another shelf. That's something I may do because they do make flat shelves also for this. So if you wanted to, or even have a shorter dumbbell set, if you wanted to have, you know, start at 30s, 40s, 50s, and you could have 2 shelves, something like that, that's something you could do and add a flat shelf. The way I'm doing it is, this is holding a 100-pound Rep Fitness rubber-coated dumbbell set. I only have 1 of the vertical panels up. That's all I need at this point. If I added the other vertical panel to the other side, I could probably get a 120-pound set on here if they went up that high, because you could get another additional 4 pairs on the side. The way I would do that is I would probably do the smaller weights from like 5 to 50 on the sides, and then do your higher weights up top. Or if you want to do storage shelves, there's even a gap in the bottom that you could put stuff underneath. So I like that about it too. It just gives you an extra storage space. So I was able to shrink the footprint down and raise it slightly to give me type of a faux type wall here. And as you can see, this is the red powder coat with the black shelving. I love it. It has 1-inch holes all the way throughout the upright. That's all on all sides. So if you were to take these off, you would have a 3x3 upright that you could put attachments on the side or whatever. So if you had a smaller dumbbell set, you could definitely do that. And then there are these storage holes or spaces you could put, you know, your magnetic hangers, like your drink spotters, things like that. There's a spot back here that you could put, like another thing. I got my micro gains sitting back here. So there's plenty of extra storage space, places where you could hang things. You know, you could add hooks, and then you could hang your tools, things like that there. You could hang attachments. The other side, I'm keeping that clean. I think that what I might do there is you do my landmine, have as a landmine station, so I don't have to have it over on the rack. I could have an additional landmine station with the 3x3 uprights there. So I'm thinking about doing that, or may flip it, vice versa. I'm really impressed with this Synergy dumbbell rack. I've always wanted something like this with the 3x3 uprights and the 11 gauge steel. It's very solid. I don't have any problems with it as far as stability. I mean, it's very sturdy and sturdy enough where you can do things like landmine work and stuff and not have to worry about it. They make attachments for battle ropes and different things, barbell holders. So you could attach a vertical barbell holder in the 1-inch holes. They have some other ones that will attach to the foot as well. It's their style landmine with a magnetic holder, which I thought it was a good idea. I might look at that down the road, or adding a flat shelf. But now, is there anything I would change about it? Well, I like it overall, so I don't really have any problems with it. I did think that the holes on the foot plates were going to be 5/8, but I've got some 5/8 bolts and they don't fit in there, and some mag pins and things like that. So they might be a smaller bolt that they have items that will attach there, but I don't think it's the 5/8. I thought it was the 5/8. So if you have 5/8 attachments, it probably won't attach there. You probably have to buy their attachments that are made to fit it. I'm not sure exactly what size that is. I'm sure you can look it up on their website, or I could throw a screenshot of it up, I guess, as well, but I don't know offhand. And one of the questions I got on the vertical storage is, was there any pinch points or any problems with getting your hand in there and getting the dumbbells out? I mentioned earlier, but this one is a custom piece that they made a little bit smaller for me to fit my Rep dumbbells, which are right at 5 inches. They recommend that you have dumbbells over 5 inches. But with this custom piece that they made for me, it's a little bit more narrow, so they fit in there. What I would suggest, if you're going to have these Rep dumbbells and you're going to get a custom piece that's smaller than the 5 inches they recommend, is go in and grab it from the top with your hand like that. And I'll show you some B-roll and clips. But doing it that way, you don't get any pinch points. And it's pretty easy with the lighter weights. These are designed to go pretty much from 5 to 50 up and down. Once you get over the 50s to the 55s and higher, they will start running into each other. So I would recommend putting your 50s and stuff in the center, but the smaller weights on the side. So I'll show you a clip of that too. I got 250s or 255s beside each other. They will run into each other, but anything smaller than that, you should have plenty of room and gaps. I have like medium to large hands. So if you go in that way, I can get a full grip on it with my fingers and my thumb underneath. If you try to go under, it's more narrow or my hand's not as wide. So, and then I'd recommend, like, I have some 50s on here just to show you. That's one you'd have to, the heavier they are, the more chance you have to pinch yourself. So what I would do is grab it that way with my hand in like that, and then with my hand over top. And then if I want to put it back in, you can put it back in by grabbing the heads of the dumbbell. That way you know you're not going to pinch yourself on anything. And you've got plenty of space. There's room in between each other to do that. Once you get 30 and up, they're sitting there flush to the metal on the metal angle iron, and they're just sitting there properly. So what I would recommend is you do your smaller dumbbells on the outside in vertical storage, or just be aware that if you're going to have smaller dumbbells, they're not going to sit flush onto the rack. I'm really impressed. Shout out to them because they did make the custom side storage, which I really appreciate. So for me, it's awesome. For someone else, you know, that has bigger dumbbells, you might want the original. So if you're going to do that, I would say recommend reaching out to them, let them know what kind of dumbbells you have in case they need to make you a custom piece, because their name is Synergy Custom Fitness. So they can make custom items. One thing I didn't know about this company when I found out about them is that they're made in the USA, which is awesome. They have their own facilities here in the US. So I always like to support USA made when I can. That's really the only thing I would change about it. The one thing that I noticed that you could do is, like I said, there's spacing here. So you could add extra shelves. I think they sell shelves a la carte. So you could order one with 4 shelves and have, if you had a big dumbbell set or you're in a facility and you wanted to store more dumbbells, you could do this. They do make taller versions. This one I said is like the 50-inch, but they do have ones that go higher. So you could get the full Delta style where it holds 50 on each side on dumbbells. And you could have your kettlebells and bigger dumbbells and things like that in between, medicine balls and stuff like that. That's something to look at if you have a big facility. You need to store something in a compact area. The heavier dumbbells, sometimes they're harder to get to. It would be nice if they made something that this would extend out or roll out. If you guys have seen the Prime ones, with this 3x3 system, really the sky's the limit. So hopefully we'll see some of that stuff down the road. This is a Synergy horizontal dumbbell rack. I highly recommend it. They're running a Black Friday sale, so go check that out. I think it's 15% off, and they guarantee that there will not be a better Black Friday price, so they'll price match. So go check out, use that code. I don't have affiliation or a link with them. A lot of guys have asked, so just shop their sale if you're interested in this, and take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching, and go lift dumbbells and get you some better dumbbell storage. You know, woo!
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Tighten up right here, baby. Here we go now. It's open. Oh, that's interference. 4th down on the goal line. Oh, he's out of bounds.